Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian Report. I'd like to start with CBA here and then move into the ASX. And with the CBA here on the monthly chart, as we looked at last time here, we were looking at this wave 4 being a possible low in place here. The thing about this is that wave 4 would pull back 38.2% of wave 3 here. It's already done that. In fact, it's lower. That would be about the 38.2% here. The only problem with this being wave 4 here is we don't really finish down here in a nice 5-wave sequence. Yes, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here, but we've got wave 4 and wave 1 overlapping here. So there is possibility for another move down through here as such, but that would take it much lower than already would be at the 50% retracement level here. So we're kind of at the low of the retracement level here. Oh no, there's 38.2 here, so we're pretty much sort of on track here. So there's probably a little bit of space that can come down through here. It's just that the move up through here, the first move up through here, is in 5 waves, so we should be seeing a move higher than that as well, and most indicators that would be looking at this would be creating a buy signal as well. Stochastics normally work quite well with this sort of market. Well, there's a lot of indicators that do much the same thing. I'll go to CCI here because it's closer to get to. So you can see here that this indicator picks the lows here on this market here. So, but most of the indicators would, because it's making a new low below here. So it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so we're looking at this low here, and the reason we're looking at this is that if it does move up, then it's going to take the ASX with it as well. So we were looking at this move off the low here, just a daily chart here, off this low here as wave 1 here. And it's quite clear that we've got an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 2. On the intraday charts, I've got this 1 degree smaller with a blue wave 1 here and a blue wave 2 here. Not that it matters at this particular stage. And what I was looking for here is I'm looking for a move up to take this previous high out here, because then that would confirm this as an A and a B and a C here. And normally with an A and a B and a C, the A wave is sharp and then the C wave is on more of an angle, so it really suits it being an ABC correction here. We just haven't taken out that high here. So this current move up through here also counts as 5 waves, so we need to be looking at, I'll just go to the hourly chart here just to drill in a little bit. I've got this in blue here, and we've got this as an A and a B and a C here for wave 2. And yeah, so we're looking at this here, but I can see that, I know each trend's got a beginning, middle and end, and I know that would be in the ending process here. So yeah, 5 waves up here as we spoke last time. I'm looking for an A and a B and a C to come back here for wave 2 and then push up. So this is also going to reflect back, and has started to reflect back in the ASX 200, so that's sort of where we are with this here at the moment. I don't think the tick chart's got any more to offer in this space here, except that yeah, we'll be looking for an A wave and a B wave and a C wave back here. So a bit of a bearish outcome for the days ahead this week, early in the week, and this would also transpire through to the other Asian markets and also the US markets as well. So moving into the ASX 200 here on the 4-hour chart, I thought we may, with this particular pattern here, I thought we may have found support here and we would move to the upside here, but unfortunately now we've got to look at this as this wave 4 here as a larger correction within the triangle pattern. So from wave 3 here, all sets of 3, so an A and a B and a C for the A wave here, an A and a B and a C for the B wave, an A and a B and a C for the C wave here, and then an A and a B and a C here for the D wave, and we'll be looking for an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here for the E wave here now, unfortunately. So another leg in this correction before we move up. But as I mentioned before, that this first leg here from this high here is in 3 waves here. So this is corrective, so it makes all of this corrective as well. So yeah, just unfortunately we need to continue with this. So this leg here has got further to play out here. If I go to the hourly chart here, I think that we've got, I can see we've got an A and a B and a C down to here. So we'll probably end up with 5 waves down here and then 3 waves back covering this, and then another 5 coming down through here like this here before we see a move up here. So how long that takes, it will certainly take us into the beginning of the week, into the midweek. Yeah, and that's where we are. So, you know, regarding stock trading, we won't be shorting as such. We might do a bit of hedging on the open, but apart from that, we won't be doing any stock buying until this comes into here. We won't be adding to our banks until this pulls back as well. So moving on to the rest of Asia here. So with the Chinese market here, we're looking at this here in terms of an A wave, a B wave, and then all the way down for a C wave here. In fact, this could also be counted as wave 3 here, so I need to bear that in mind. But I don't have a finished structure here just yet, because we're looking for this wave 3 low here to be breached here. And it can do it the way that I've got it here as an A and a B and a C for wave 4 here, but it can also be an A wave to here, a B wave to here, and 5 waves up for a C wave to here, and then down here. We were looking at that on the intraday chart, but this is probably more likely. We'll probably see this come down through here. On the intraday chart, I've got this labeled 1 degree larger here in a blue wave here, so we'll just check that out here. So we were discussing all of this here. So our primary count was wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C here for wave 4, and then 1 and 2 here and 3 here, and then an A and a B and a C for wave 4 here. It hasn't overlapped wave 1, so that's fine, but we'd expect that to move down and make a new low from here. The other count for this though is in the shadows here of an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here of wave 4, and then moving down from that point there. So we're a long way off from actually doing anything in this particular instance here. We would want that low to be in place here. And the Hang Seng is the same as well. There's slight sort of variation, but looking at all down as wave 3 here, an A wave here, a B wave over here, and then we've been looking at this C wave down here in terms of 1 and 2 and 3, which we were able to capture most of that to the downside, and looking at this as an A and a B and a C here. So looking for the downside, it's possible to have wave 5 into this little low here, but yeah, I mean, if China's got to move down to go, well then this has got to move lower to go as well. It also hasn't finished off in 5 waves to the downside here. It's only had 3 waves here, so I was thinking of this as more of a complex correction of an A wave here, a B and a C here to make the A wave. So all of this, the A wave, then a B wave, and then a C wave over here. So wave 4 would be here, and then we would come down in this instance here. So I'm not sure if we're working on the 4 hour or the 1 hour. Yeah, so in this case here, so wave 3 here, and then an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 4 here. I mean, it doesn't line up with it. Sort of lines up with China, and it doesn't in a way. So I'm a little bit lost on this one here, but we don't have any trade signals to go here just yet, and the 28,000 is really important here. So yeah, this move down through here, if it was in 5 waves of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it's probably got a little bit more to go in here, and then we'll get a retest back up into this space here. The move up here can count as wave 1 or wave C, so it's probably wave C, but if it is wave C, then we'd want to see, after the bounce off this level here, we would want to see the 28,000 the number 8 here, minor trading level in terms of the trading levels as resistance, and then we'd see a move down to this level down here, 2650. So we can't short unless we've got this as a retested resistance. So I want to wait a session or two here for this to come out, and obviously this move down here will create a bounce back up at some point. So we need to wait for that and see if that's corrective. Then we may be able to move in from that area. The Nikkei here, I was looking at this as wave 4 being completed here with wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C here for wave 2, but I could never count 5 waves up here. Yes, I can kind of see where we get 5 waves of 1 and 2 here, and then 3 and 4 and 5 here, but then you know, it doesn't leave, if we call this wave 1 here, it doesn't leave this as a very smooth, sharp ABC correction. It makes the B wave really complex here, which is not normally the case. So I'm a little bit stuck here, but the main point here is that from this low to this high here, the 61.8% sits on the 22,000. So if the 22,000 became the retested resistance, well, then we would turn bearish at that point there. However, we would have turned bearish anyway, and even short here, because we were looking for a long trade above here and a short trade below here. So we're triggered in short here. I think this move off the low here, I can count 5 waves down here, but we still got 1 and 2 here. So it's likely to come back up to test here before moving down through here. So we can certainly bring the stop down to a safer place here in terms of bringing it into this sort of area here. I'm just going to put it there, because we could get more out of here. The frightening thing here is that I mean, this here now we can I mean, it's possible to call this wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 3 here, wave 4 here, and wave 5 here, but it's better to call it an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here, which opens up this much more here to a series of 1s and 2s. So this being wave 1 here, this being wave 2 here, and if I can borrow some over here, this being wave 1 here and wave 2 here, or we go into a more complex triangle. But if it's this sort of pattern, then we'll be coming down a lot further. Otherwise I need to look at all of this being a triangle pattern here. So I won't go there just yet until I see if this 22,000 becomes a retested resistance, which will take a couple of sessions, but at least we're on the right side at the right time, and we can bring the stop down to protect ourselves here. You may have been out already in this market, then being Friday and so on, last Friday. So yeah, that's fine too. So the Nifty is pretty much on track here, where we've got, just bring it back to the daily chart so we can clear this up a little bit. Okay, we're here, so we've got wave 4 here, we're looking at wave 1 and 2 here, nice long third wave here, fourth wave here, and then we've got wave 1 here, wave 2 here, then 1 and 2 here, and the third wave moving up into the 11,500, where we're expecting the top of wave 3 and then a wave 4 to pull back here, and then a wave 5 to the upside, then wave 4, then wave 5. So still a fair way to go in this one as such, but yeah, there we go. So we'll go into the 4-hour chart here to look at this top here. I'm just going to clean this up a bit here. So I think we'd move the stop up a little bit further on the intraday, but the reason I'll just look at the 4-hour chart is because we can fit this in here. So from here to the top there, you can adjust that. That's the 38.2% retracement level. That's where this market can move back to here at this stage. Okay, so we're looking for the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave here. So let's go into the hourly chart and check that out. So we didn't make it to our target. We've been stopped out here, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, we'd probably have to call this finished here. Let me see. Yeah, look, it's probably likely to come up and test supply here and then have another little move down here to get to this A wave here. Once we've got once this first leg here is completed, if we can see it completed in 5 waves, well, then we know that we'll have an A and a B and a C here, and then we'll go down again. But if we only get 3 waves here, then we can be looking at a different pattern. So I just want to see what we've got here first before we start doing any more trading here. And if we're going to start trading, we want to see 5 waves here, excuse me, and then we can look at trading wave C down, if you like. All right, well, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.